Hi friends, in this video I want to update you on two new stocks on my watch list. These companies are GFL Environmental and Mama's Creations. Ideas for these two were given to me by another YouTuber who I find myself usually agreeing on the valuations pretty well. But at least the other one of these two, I see myself kind of disagreeing with the valuation, so will be interesting to see in the future who was more right. But before getting more into those valuations, let's have Ticket.com explain the two companies for you first. GFL Environmental Inc. provides non-hazardous solid waste management services in Canada and the United States. It offers solid waste management services, including collection, transportation, transfer, recycling, and disposal services for municipal, residential, commercial, and industrial customers. The company was incorporated in 2007 and is headquartered in Miami Beach, Florida. And then Mama's Creations Inc., together with its subsidiaries, manufactures and markets fresh deli prepared foods in the United States. The company offers chicken, beef, and turkey meatballs, meatloaf, sausage-related products, and pasta and rice entrees, olive mixes, and savory products, and hot bars, salad bars, prepared food sandwich, and cold deli and food-to-go sections. It sells its products directly to supermarkets, club chains, mass market retailers, and food retailer and distributors, as well as through website and social media channels. The company was formerly known as Mama Mancini's Holdings, Inc. and changed its name to Mama's Creations, Inc. in August 2023. Mama's Creations, Inc. was incorporated in 2009 and is headquartered in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So, two North America-based companies away from the turmoils of Europe, Middle East, possibly Asia in the future. Who knows? I'd describe geopolitical risk with both being quite non-existent due to this geographical location. Both provide things that we cannot live without. Other one manufactures delicious food and the other one then picks the food waste. Differences come of course in GFL being more monopoly-like business in its operating areas than Mama's, but nevertheless these are companies that you can expect to exist, or rather their industries will exist 20, 50, 100 years even from now. So this is where we start our valuation, I would say. Let's get more in depth to GFL now. They own many landfills and other facilities, and when it comes to landfills with garbage, these create a monopoly because people tend not to want extra landfills in their cities and their backyards. So once you have the landfill in an area, you are going to have an area-specific monopoly. Then, owner-CEO Patrick Dovigi owns nearly 3.5% of the company. That's over $500 million United States dollars. So we truly have that skin in the game I'm looking for by the main decision maker, which is excellent with GFL. GFL has been a serial acquirer of smaller businesses, which is great when executed well, but leverage always brings danger. This is why the stock might be a bit exciting one. Also, this leverage and dangers it brings might create overblown sell-offs for the stock in the future, maybe, and it might present some attractive entry points, maybe, I don't know. I do like GFL being serial acquirer though. As the industry is quite fragmented still, and big public companies have only a bit over half of the market in their hands. Today, the big four dominate the landscape, but a substantial long tail of smaller players remain. Market shares of the big four are Waste Management 22%, Republic Services 16%, Waste Connections 10%, GFL Environmental 3.4%, the market share that is. Offerings do not differ significantly between players, as waste collection is largely commoditized industry. Route density and proximity to landfills determine the low-cost provider in any specific geography. Competitors are unlikely to respond with destructive price wars because doing so destroys their own high-margin route economics, preserving rational pricing behavior across the oligopoly. So the threat of competition is very low. GFL's moat is a durable one because waste must be disposed of locally due to heavy transport costs, ensuring regional monopolies for landfill owners, as said earlier. Supplier risk is minimal. Suppliers do not have significant leverage over GFL because GFL is one of the largest buyers of environmental equipment in North America. The stock price could see a bump on headquarters moving to Florida and thus being eligible for indices inclusions in the future in the United States. So, what does my valuation say about GFL? All else equal in my portfolio, I would start buying this at 32 US dollars, so not the Canadian ones. The company stock price is now around $37, so we are not far actually. I would start dollar cost averaging from 32 US dollars downwards. Then let's turn our focus now to Mama's Creations. Successful history of past acquisitions gives confidence to management, but I'm a bit careful on this hype train, as the more you grow, the more difficult having successful acquisition targets and acquisitions overall it gets. There are always limits to growth. They aim at operating in a lucrative niche in the food industry, becoming one-stop shop for retail customers in deli product solutions. I do like the fact that they have defined their niche, where they believe they can have a service moat and be successful and then go after it. Seems like a great management with a great plan. I've been working myself in the food industry for quite some time, and I know how important it is to find your niche and then defend it. Food industry is a brutal one. Honestly, you have risk of too few customers and their bargaining power, risk of supplier bargaining power if not many suppliers exist for your raw materials. You have changing culinary trends. In some products that are perishable, you have risk of having one bad listeria or other disease outbreak and your brand value gets wrecked. Unless you find your own niche and create moat around it, you have competitors going after you. It is a jungle where there are many animals after you and trying to take your profits away. Still, even though deli products are the most expensive products available in grocery stores, I'd say Mama's is recession-proof too. I'd imagine that if money gets squeezed with people, the ones who used to go to restaurants to eat lunch or dinner, for example, might now turn to Mama's deli products from grocery stores if they would like to cut down on some costs. So I'd guess that Mama's would not lose customers much, rather their customers could change a little bit in a recession environment. Mama's Creations is a financially healthy company, which obviously is a great thing. CEO has at least a little bit skin in the game with 4.4 million US dollars, while his salary is 1.24 million US dollars per year, comprised of 36% of salary and 64% of bonuses. So I'd say not bad, but not great either. No meaningful sales or buys by insiders recently, so the insiders at least do not consider the current stock price levels being bargains for buying more. Currently, I believe Mama's is facing a bit of bargaining power by customers, and they are in a little bit of a tricky situation, with Walmart and Costco being 38% and 17% of their total revenue. 55% of revenue from two customers is a lot, no matter how you put it. So, what does my valuation say about Mama's Creations? All else equal in my portfolio, I would start buying this at $5 per share. The company stock price is now around $13, so I just don't see this now as a value investment, but rather a tech-like growth story already priced to near perfection. I'm sorry for bullish people on Mama's Creations, but I have been working in the industry myself, and I have great respect towards difficulty of it. Mama's is not a value investment to me on these levels, too much risk in there, from various directions as said, even though it seems like an excellently run company that has found its niche well. Here were GFL Environmental and Mama's Creations, two stable companies in stable industries, in stable geographical locations. What are your thoughts on them? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.